Scorpio, dear soul, as we move closer to Tuesday, a powerful shift begins to rise around you. Before March 17th arrives, a truth starts moving toward the surface of your life, and your spirit already feels its presence. Scorpio, this moment carries the quiet weight of recognition, the kind that touches the heart before the mind gathers the full picture. March 17th forms a subtle gateway in your path, a point where hidden understanding begins to unfold. Scorpio, your intuition senses this long before the outer world reflects it back to you. Within your chest, a soft awareness begins expanding, like the first light appearing along the horizon before sunrise. Your presence here holds meaning, Scorpio. Among countless signals and countless voices, your attention landed here at this exact moment as the energy builds before Tuesday. That alignment carries a deeper rhythm, one that guides your spirit toward a realization that has been patiently waiting for the right moment to appear. Scorpio, your soul reads the language of truth through feeling, through quiet shifts inside your body, through those moments when something suddenly becomes clear. In the days leading toward March 17th, this awareness grows stronger. Memories may rise, emotions begin to move, and a sense of inner recognition spreads gently through your thoughts. The universe often reveals its messages through timing, and this timing now surrounds you with quiet precision. Scorpio, the energy building before Tuesday opens a space where something meaningful begins to show itself. Your spirit stands close to a moment of understanding, a moment where the pieces begin to connect. If this message already resonates with your spirit, anchor your presence below. Write this in the comments. 777, Scorpio receives the truth. And Scorpio, as this shift grows stronger before Tuesday, the movements in the sky begin shaping the deeper energies behind this moment, and that celestial rhythm reveals the next layer of what now begins unfolding. The sky begins to move in subtle ways as March 17th draws closer, Scorpio. Before Tuesday arrives, a quiet current flows through the celestial field, stirring the emotional waters that your sign understands so well. Scorpio, your spirit often senses these movements before words ever form, as if your inner world listens directly to the rhythm of the heavens. The moon now carries a deeper vibration through the emotional landscape of this moment. Lunar energy touches intuition like a gentle tide touching the shore, awakening feelings that have rested beneath the surface of everyday life. Scorpio, your connection with this lunar pull runs deep, and your inner awareness begins to expand as if a hidden doorway inside your heart slowly opens. At the same time, the presence of Pluto begins weaving through the background of this cosmic atmosphere. Pluto moves quietly yet powerfully, guiding buried truths upward through layers of memory, instinct, and emotion. Scorpio, Pluto resonates strongly with your nature, stirring the deeper chambers of your psyche, where transformation grows like roots beneath the soil. This energy does not rush. Instead, it unfolds with the slow certainty of something ancient and intentional. Scorpio, you may feel moments of reflection rising within you, moments where certain thoughts or feelings return with new clarity, as if the universe gently places them back into your awareness for a second look. Mars also enters this energetic conversation, adding a spark of motion to the deeper emotional currents. Mars carries the vibration of direction and courage, a forward pulse that encourages clarity to take shape. Scorpio, this influence brings a quiet sense of readiness within you, like the steady breath taken before stepping into an important realization. Together, these planetary movements form a field of heightened perception. The moon opens the emotional channel, Pluto stirs the hidden layers, and Mars brings the strength to recognize what begins to rise. Scorpio, this combination creates a powerful inner awareness, one where intuition and realization begin moving closer to each other. You may notice moments where your thoughts pause and a deeper knowing surfaces beneath them. Scorpio, that sensation often arrives like a quiet awakening inside the body, a feeling that something meaningful approaches the surface of your awareness. And as these celestial currents continue gathering strength before Tuesday, Scorpio, the universe begins sending gentle signals through everyday moments. Small signs that begin appearing just ahead of the truth, now forming in the days before Tuesday. As the days move gently toward Tuesday, Scorpio, small signals begin appearing in the quiet spaces of your life. These moments arrive softly, almost like whispers carried through the air, touching your awareness when your mind grows still. Scorpio, your spirit naturally listens beneath the surface of ordinary moments, and these subtle shifts begin drawing your attention inward. One of the first places this awareness may rise is in the early hours of the night. Around 3 a.m., a moment often called the veil hour, many souls feel a quiet stirring that pulls them briefly from sleep. Scorpio, your eyes may open into the dim silence of the room, your breath slow, your thoughts drifting through a space that feels strangely illuminated. During this hour, the mind rests in a softer state, and the deeper layers of intuition move closer to the surface. Scorpio, you may notice memories rising gently, or emotions flowing through your chest with a quiet intensity that asks only to be felt. In these still moments, the soul listens more closely to its own language. Dreams may also grow vivid during this time. Images appear with striking clarity, sometimes carrying familiar faces, sometimes revisiting scenes that once held deep emotional meaning. Scorpio, your dreams can feel almost cinematic now, filled with symbols, feelings, and moments that linger in your awareness even after the morning light arrives. As the day unfolds, other signals may quietly appear around you. Numbers repeating across the ordinary flow of life, 222, 333, 777, catching your eye in unexpected places. Scorpio, these patterns often spark a brief pause inside your mind, a small spark of recognition that feels personal, almost intimate. You may also find certain people or memories returning to your thoughts during these days before Tuesday. A name enters your mind while walking, a conversation from the past drifts into your awareness while the world moves around you. Scorpio, these recollections often arrive with a gentle emotional echo, inviting you to notice what your heart begins to recognize. Through all of these moments, your intuition grows brighter, like a quiet compass aligning itself with a deeper direction. Scorpio, your inner awareness begins guiding your attention towards something meaningful, now moving closer to the surface of your life. And as these subtle signals gather around you before Tuesday, Scorpio, the deeper realization forming beneath them, prepares to rise fully into view, leading you toward the moment when the truth itself begins to reveal its shape around March 17th. As March 17 draws near, Scorpio, the quiet signals you have been sensing begin gathering into something clearer. The emotional currents, the dreams, the moments of reflection all start weaving together into a single thread of understanding. Scorpio, this is the point where inner knowing begins meeting the visible world. Clarity often arrives in simple ways. A conversation unfolds, and a certain sentence lands in your heart with unusual weight, as if every word carries a deeper meaning. Scorpio, your eyes may soften in that moment, because the feeling inside you recognizes something that has lived quietly beneath the surface for quite some time. Sometimes the realization appears through a quiet moment alone. A thought rises gently during a walk or while sitting in stillness, and suddenly the pieces arrange themselves with remarkable ease. Scorpio, that moment of recognition feels calm yet powerful, like a soft light illuminating a room that has always been there. For some, the message may arrive through something unexpected, a text, a chance encounter, a phrase overheard in passing. These small moments carry a kind of synchronicity, where the timing feels precise and meaningful. Scorpio, your awareness catches that subtle harmony, and your heart senses the deeper message within it. As this realization forms, a wave of emotion often follows close behind. The body releases a breath that feels fuller, the chest softens, and the mind grows quiet in a way that feels almost sacred. Scorpio, recognition often carries this gentle emotional warmth, like a quiet confirmation echoing through your inner world. What touches you most deeply is the awareness that your intuition already knew. Long before the moment of clarity appeared, your inner compass had been pointing in this direction. Scorpio, that realization brings a feeling of respect for your own intuition, for the quiet wisdom that has been guiding you through subtle signals all along. In that recognition, space begins to open inside the heart. Truth has a way of creating room for something new, room for peace, room for healing, room for transformation that grows naturally from within. Scorpio, this moment carries the first breath of that deeper shift. And as the truth continues settling gently into your awareness around March 17th, Scorpio, another movement begins unfolding inside your emotional world. A soft release that prepares the heart for the next stage of this journey. As the truth settles into your awareness around March 17th, Scorpio, something inside your emotional world begins to shift. The realization opens a quiet doorway within the heart, and feelings that once rested beneath the surface begin moving freely through your inner space. Scorpio, this moment carries a soft but powerful sense of release. Emotions often move like water when a deeper understanding arrives. A breath grows fuller, the body softens, and a warmth spreads slowly through the chest. Scorpio, your spirit understands this movement well, because transformation has always lived close to the center of your nature. In these moments, old emotional weight begins dissolving gently. Energy that once held tension now begins to loosen, almost like mist lifting from a quiet landscape at dawn. Scorpio, you may sense a subtle lightness entering your thoughts, a feeling that space is opening inside places that once felt heavy. This release often arrives through simple, human experiences. A quiet tear forms in the corner of the eye, a long breath escapes from deep within the lungs, or a calm silence spreads through the mind. Scorpio, these moments carry a sacred kind of healing, where emotion flows naturally and the heart begins returning to balance. Within that emotional clearing, something new begins rising. Like the slow unfolding of a phoenix from warm ashes, a renewed sense of self-awareness gently lifts within your spirit. Scorpio, your inner power begins awakening again, steady and grounded, like a quiet flame that grows brighter with each breath. This awakening energy feels subtle at first. A stronger sense of presence appears in your body, your thoughts move with greater clarity, and your heart feels more aligned with your own truth. Scorpio, this rising strength carries the quiet promise of a new chapter forming beneath the surface of your life. Transformation rarely arrives as a sudden explosion of change. It often unfolds like a sunrise, spreading light across the horizon, gradual and deeply felt. Scorpio, within this moment, your spirit begins embracing the next version of yourself, one shaped through understanding, compassion, and inner strength. If your heart feels this transformation building before Tuesday, claim that energy below. Write this in the comments. 888, Scorpio rises renewed. And as this renewed energy begins circulating through your life, Scorpio, the universe also starts reflecting this inner shift outward, opening subtle pathways where opportunity and energetic return begin quietly moving toward you. As this inner transformation begins settling into your spirit, Scorpio, the energy around you starts shifting in quiet but meaningful ways. The emotional release you experienced opens space within your life, and that space begins attracting new movement. Scorpio, when the heart grows lighter, The outer world often responds with gentle opportunities waiting to be noticed. Around March 17, a subtle rhythm of energetic return begins unfolding. Seeds planted in earlier seasons of your life start reaching the surface with renewed vitality. Scorpio, the effort you once poured into growth, patience, and understanding now begins reflecting back through the circumstances appearing around you. Sometimes this return arrives through recognition. A conversation highlights your value, a project gains attention, or someone finally acknowledges the strength you carry. Scorpio, these moments often feel simple on the outside, yet inside, your spirit senses their deeper meaning. A quiet confirmation of the path you have been walking. In other moments, the shift appears through work or financial movement. An opportunity begins forming where there was once only stillness, or a possibility gently enters your awareness through an unexpected direction. Scorpio, the flow of resources often follows emotional alignment, and your recent inner transformation begins opening channels for that flow. Hope rises naturally in this atmosphere. It grows like the first green shoots emerging through soil after a long winter, bringing a sense of renewed potential into your outlook. Scorpio, this hopeful energy blends with a quiet confidence that begins settling into your body, a confidence that feels steady and grounded. With this confidence comes a deeper awareness of your own worth. You start recognizing the value of your presence, the strength of your intuition, and the wisdom gained through the experiences you have walked through. Scorpio, that self-recognition carries a magnetic quality, drawing experiences that resonate with your evolving identity. Life begins responding to the frequency you now hold. Opportunities appear that align with your talents, connections arise that appreciate your depth, and situations begin reflecting the strength you cultivated within. Scorpio, this unfolding carries the feeling of being gently guided toward the next stage of your journey. And as these opportunities continue to gather around you in the days surrounding March 17th, Scorpio, a quiet moment of alignment begins inviting your attention. A small, intentional ritual that helps anchor this shifting energy before Tuesday arrives. As the energy around March 17th continues settling into your life, Scorpio, a gentle invitation begins forming within your awareness. After emotional release and renewed movement in your outer world, a quiet moment of alignment begins calling your attention inward. Scorpio, this moment offers a simple way to anchor the transformation already unfolding within you. This ritual begins with something very small, something calm and intentional. A white candle placed in front of you becomes a symbol of clarity, like a small star glowing within the stillness of the room. Scorpio, the soft light of that flame creates a space where your thoughts slow down and your awareness turns gently toward the center of your heart. The candle carries the vibration of truth and openness. As its light flickers softly, the room fills with a sense of calm that spreads slowly through your body. Scorpio, that quiet glow invites your spirit to settle into the present moment, where your inner voice becomes easier to hear. Now bring one hand gently over your heart. Feel the warmth beneath your palm, the steady rhythm of your breath moving through your chest. Scorpio, this small gesture forms a bridge between your physical body and the deeper wisdom living inside your spirit. In that quiet space, allow your awareness to soften. Your thoughts begin flowing more slowly, and the emotional waves of the past few days settle into a gentle stillness. Scorpio, this is the place where intention grows powerful, where your inner energy begins aligning with the larger rhythm of the universe. When the moment feels right, speak these words softly into the quiet air around you. Let the sound move slowly through your breath, each word carrying intention through your body. Scorpio, the affirmation becomes a doorway for your spirit to step forward into the next phase of your journey. I welcome the truth and walk into my power. As these words move through your voice, something inside you begins to respond. A sense of readiness rises quietly in your chest, like the steady warmth of sunrise touching the horizon. Scorpio, your spirit recognizes this moment as a gentle alignment between your inner world and the shifting energies unfolding around March 17th. Remain with that stillness for a few breaths. Feel the calm presence filling the space around you, the flame continuing its soft dance in front of your eyes. Scorpio, within this quiet ritual, your energy settles into harmony with the path opening before you. And as this moment of alignment gently completes itself, Scorpio, the transformation you have been moving through begins revealing its deeper meaning, guiding you toward the final stage of this journey, where rebirth and a new path begin unfolding after the shift. Scorpio, as this moment settles around you, a quiet sense of completion begins forming inside your heart. The path you walked through these past moments carried many layers, intuition rising softly, subtle signs appearing in the stillness of ordinary days, and the gentle arrival of truth revealing its shape. Scorpio, your spirit moved through each of these steps with a quiet awareness that now begins to feel whole. Something within you has shifted. The recognition that surfaced around March 17th opened a doorway inside your emotional world, and through that doorway, a deeper part of your strength has begun returning. Scorpio, this energy feels like a slow rebirth, the kind that rises naturally when the soul reconnects with its own clarity. Your intuition guided the first step. The signs that followed created a quiet rhythm of recognition, and the truth that arrived brought space for transformation to unfold within your heart. Scorpio, this movement has gently returned you to the center of yourself, where your inner voice speaks with calm confidence. Ahead of you now, the path begins opening with new light. A sense of clarity grows in your awareness, a renewed purpose begins forming in your thoughts, and your inner strength rises like steady ground beneath your feet. Scorpio, this energy carries the quiet promise of a life that feels more aligned with the truth your spirit already knows. In many ways, this journey leads back to something deeply familiar. The soul always recognizes its own truth, even when it waits patiently for the right moment to be fully seen. Scorpio, the version of you stepping forward now carries the wisdom of everything you have felt, understood, and transformed along the way. Imagine standing at the edge of early morning just before the sun appears above the horizon. The air feels still, the sky begins softening with light, and the world holds a quiet sense of possibility. Scorpio, this moment in your life carries that same feeling, a calm opening where something meaningful begins to unfold. If your spirit feels ready for this new chapter, seal this moment with your words below. Write in the comments, Scorpio steps into destiny. And Scorpio, if this message found its way to you at the right moment, feel free to leave a gentle sign of connection here. A like, a shared thought, or a quiet subscription to this space where these reflections continue to unfold. Each small gesture helps this circle of energy grow, allowing more souls to find the messages that speak to their own path.